3 very long years later, it's finally here. Welcome to the unboxing of Ancient Blood, Order of the Vampire Hunters, a video that is, as stated earlier, 3 years in the making. This is my first time doing an unboxing video, and I'm probably going to do things a little differently than you are used to. Most notably, I'm not going to spend an hour and a half unboxing and recording and showing you every little minute detail. I'm going to keep it quick and snappy so you see what's inside these many boxes, tell you my thoughts on them, and hopefully it's been worth the wait. Let's dive in. Alright, so let's start things off with the core box. Artwork on the core is fantastic. Really excellent gothic design going on there. Got a good thickness to it, quite a good heft. I know there's a lot of cards in here, so let's go ahead and get right into it. I like how this is packed already. Go ahead and take that out. And let's see what we got here. Oh, nice. Okay, so we've only got 2 punch boards worth of tokens. That is always a good sign. I don't know about you guys, but I am really not a big fan of having hundreds and hundreds of different tokens. It really irritates me, so that is nice to see. Let's go ahead and take a look at these map tiles. 2, 4, 6, 8. Looks like we got 10 of them, and they are double-sided. Okay. Artwork is clean. I like the reds in there, really makes it pop. Good space delineations, very clear. That is always a good thing. Forest. Oh yeah. Yeah, these are really clean. I am a fan so far. Nice, very nice. Looks like we've got a bit of a desert landscape going on. Okay, good. Some exterior, looks like a road. A lot of interior locations, which I suppose should be expected given the kind of gothic vampire-y castle nature. But the outside boards look really good too. So that is a plus. Nice and sturdy too, and best of all, they are very flat. So there doesn't seem to be any kind of bending or warping on these map tiles. Ooh, I like that. Big ol', must be the boss tile. Nothing irritates me more than when I'm going to play a game and the boards won't lay flat because they've been warped. Got our character boards. Again, the artwork is, they're double-sided, so you've got a human side and a vampire side. So that is very cool. Giselle. Ellie. The main thing that made me back this game was absolutely the Bloodborne aesthetic. Bloodborne is my all-time favorite video game, and when I saw that that's indeed what they were going for, I was all about it. So we got some boss cards here, double-sided as well. Artwork again is fantastic. Yeah, look at that, she's gnarly. Another board here, again pretty flat, pretty straight. Punch these out. And then for some reason this is just flimsy cardstock, but oh well, no complaints. We've got, this must be the storybook. Shows you how you're going to set everything up. It's going to tell you all the different entries. I'm just going to kind of flick through this real quick so not to show any spoilers. Very nice. What we got? It's 65 pages. Pretty good. And we've got more entries, so I'm gonna assume these are different card draws you can get, items that you find. You know, it's gonna tell you to flick to certain entries, and then this is the rule book. So we've got a good index here. Indexes are always appreciated. Player reference guide on the back, also appreciated. I prefer reference cards, but you know, at least there is a quick guide on the back there. That is definitely helpful. So let's take a look at, looks like we've got a tray of miniatures. All right, so these are the dice that just come with the game. Good engraving work, it's clean, it's easy to read. You always, or at least me, I'm always concerned about custom dice because I've been burned more than once on custom dice turning out not so great. I got the marble engraved dice as well, so we'll kind of just take a look at those compared to, you know, like the green and the green. Pretty good stuff. I like it. Got a bag of cubes, just your standard red cubes. Let's take a look at this beautiful tray of minis. So that looks pretty good. This guy's covered in skulls along here. That's really cool. I like that. Really impressed with the faces, if I can get in there nice and tight. The faces have a good amount of detail. I am impressed. Here we go. Oh, they're gross looking. Look at that thing, that is gnarly. One of the hunters is out here. Got a hunter, Bloodborne hat, rocking that Bloodborne hat. I think that's Giselle with the crossbow. See, those details on that face are very nice. They've done a really good job getting those vampiric details. This big brute of a guy. His skulls popping out. And we've got another tray down here. This is where all the cards and everything are. Dog looking creatures. That face. Oh, I love it. So these are looking really good. I'm really impressed with the quality. So let's take a look what we got here. There's the hunter miniatures. It's the saw cleaver hunter from Bloodborne. I don't care what you say, come at me. That's exactly what that is. Big hammer looking dude. Now this guy, I don't know if any of you played the original Order of the Vampire Hunters. I'm assuming his role is exactly the same. You can utilize this guy to impale the vampires and drag them outside into the sunlight, which is really cool. Let's go ahead and flick into some of these cards. Not going to go over these in detail, just going to kind of flick through them real quick. So this looks like a set of location cards. So you got the Emporium, Church, Blacksmith. A lot of Blacksmith cards. Black Market cards. A lot of Black Market cards. Artwork is fantastic. I like that there's individual artwork on each of the different types of cards. They didn't just cheapen out and put a name on there. And again, not gonna try to get into spoilers, but I'm assuming these are linked to the stories and rewards and things like that. So we won't show those on camera. So this artwork reminds me of their previous game, Dark Rituals. I don't know if anyone ever played that. It's very similar to the spellbook for the witch player. So these are I'm assuming these are the boss cards. Like we've got some more location cards. So we've got an inn, house. I'm assuming these are going to dictate what entries you read in the book, Emporium. So enemy cards. Again, the artwork is crisp. It's clean. It's going to be great when it's time to paint these miniatures because I'm going to have all of this lovely reference here. So those are enemy cards, and looks like these are story cards. So again, not going to go into that. And more location cards. There are a lot of location cards. So these are all path cards. Got all these item cards. Garlic. Assuming these are enemy behaviors. Weapon cards. More items. Lots of stakes in here. Makes sense. Silver bullets. Crosses, all that good stuff. All the stuff you want to see in a vampire game. I believe this is the spawn deck, so based on player count, it's always good to see those adjustments. Core box, I just want to take 2 seconds though to commend them on the insert. This is a fantastic insert. There's not a chance in hell it's going to hold sleeved cards, so if you sleeve your cards, I am sorry, but at least there is a home for everything, which sometimes you don't get even that. Alright, let's take a look at the first expansion box, the Unholy Cloister. Again, great artwork. Love this Plague Doctor chilling back here. It's a nice green glow effect going on right there. I know who I'm going to be playing as. Got our main enemy card. Double-sided, of course. Oh, nice. I like that. Change of color there. That's very cool. We've got our additional hunters, which is always very important. Andre, Anya, I recognize her from Order of the Vampire Hunters. Kirill, Victor, yeah, that's gonna be my boy for sure. Mask could be a little bit more Plague Doctor-y, but I'll take what I can get. So very nice. I do want to note the player boards, they could be thicker. Actual, board would have been nice instead of the flimsy card stock. All right, so we've got our campaign book here. Again, I'm gonna avoid spoilers. Looks like we're at 41 pages of content there. And of course we have all of our entries that, again, I'm not going to spoil, so I There's that. We've got some more map tiles here. Let's take a look. 2, 4, we've got 6 of them. Well, that's cool. Breaks things up a bit. Looks like this one, we're gonna spend a fair bit more time outside than in the core box. And I am a-okay with that. The more variety, the better. Again, delineation on spaces is very clear without being too much in your face. So that is a major plus. Let's take a look at these minis. There's that beautiful boss miniature with that ID card from when I opened the box. Good sculpting. I like the tentacles down here. Some bodies right here. Overall, very cool sculpt. Looks like we've only got these guys for the enemies, so not much new in terms of the enemy variety. Very, very cool. I know I've been saying it, but these sculpts are very clean and very detailed. I always worry with board game miniatures because, you know, the final result is never as good as the renders, and the details become very soft more often than not. But these are not super soft details, which is definitely appreciated. So it looks like, you know, we kind of got the same stack of cards. I'm going to assume that these are just going to add to the pre-existing stacks of cards that we already have. Our enemy cards. And we're not going to spoil anything. And a lot of path cards in. But yeah, no new location decks. So that's kind of a bummer. I felt like there should be, you know, a church deck or something that would seem to fit the theme. What do I know? And of course, we've got a bunch more items, and so it looks like just more of the same. The boss cards, more of the same from the core box, but it increases our options and randomization, which is always welcome. All right, we might as well finish the big boxes here, so we'll go ahead and take a look at the Spike and Fangs box, which is the stretch goals box. Mine did come with a little bit of a dent in it. Unfortunately, I'm assuming that happened during shipping, but I'm not one to be particularly bothered about that. But just something to be on the lookout for. So it looks like we've got more missions. Again, we're going to try to avoid spoilers here. This booklet looks like it's dual use for entries and missions. So you've got the entries on one side and the missions on the other. We've got Volk, seems to be the main boss of this box. It's kind of like a Cthulhu looking vampire almost. Dig it. This dude with the big gat, Armand. Looks like she's wielding a spine whip. That's very cool. Big boy with a cannon. Of course, his name's Boris. His big brass balls. Francisco. Now, Magenta is a returning character from the OG Order of the Vampire Hunters. So it's good to see her. Sebastian, again, just rocking that Bloodborne aesthetic. I love it. Sir Eldridge. So it looks like a lot of these characters are kind of a spin on the original game, which makes sense since this is, you know, technically a prequel. So this has 2 trays in it. Let's go ahead and take a look at this top tray. And everything's kind of got a space, which is always nice. So let's take a look at these minis. Vampire bat looking things hanging from a pillar. Got 6 of those bad boys. Got this. Oh, look at that face. That'll haunt your dreams. Ooh. I like it. I like that they went gnarly. It's appreciated. Big bruiser looking vampire. Got magenta here. I like that spine whip. Is very, very cool. Horus with his balls of steel, his giant cannon. Do some OSL on this guy, hanging that lantern. Interface is clear. That's cool. That's really cool. Oh yeah. All the credit and props in the world to their artist, because that art is phenomenal. And we've got more path cards, a couple more in cards. And I mean, let's be honest, that's why we're all here, right? We want to see the minis. All right, let's get started. Yeah, there's that Cthulhu looking bad boy. Love it. That is a fantastic sculpt. I'm very excited to get paint onto these models. If anyone else would like to get some paint on their models, let me know. I do commissions. I'm not trying to run this video as an ad, but I do commissions. I might do a painting series on this if that is something you all would be interested in. Comment down below if you'd like me to do a painting series like I did with Death May Die, or am in the process, I should say, of doing with Death May Die. If enough people are into it, I can make it happen. Yeah, these are awesome. I'm hoping there's clear instructions and rules on how to integrate this stuff into the core game. This gravedigger looking dude is cool. He's got a great face. Let's see if I can get real close on that. Yeah, that face is fantastic. It's such a good face. Lost my train of thought. I was gonna say something and just decided that it wasn't important. These are, oh, that's what I was saying. So yeah, I know a lot of times you get these stretch goal boxes on these big miniature games, and there's no clear direction on how to properly integrate them. It's just kind of like, you can throw them in willy-nilly here and there, however you see fit. So I am hoping there's a little bit more structure to these stretch goals. I'm assuming so, since there is the quest book for this box. So I can hope so, but I haven't done a dive into the rules or anything like that. So that'll be interesting to see. Very cool. I am super impressed. I've always been a fan of Darkgate games, even though their communication can be horrible and snarky, and they're always late, but they do deliver a quality product, and they get better with every single campaign. All right, let's go ahead and dive into the Vlad box. Now this, I believe, just has one encounter, but we've still got a bunch of entries. So this is another dual purpose book. So we've just got an ID card for Vlad and his dragon. A couple more map tiles. This is definitely going to be the boss fight tile, for sure. Another deck of cards. It's just going to be path cards. I already know. cards all seem to be, you know, pretty much the same across the board. Again, just different entries, different variation. So let's just, this thing is, wow. I don't know why I didn't realize the size of this thing when I backed it. I was not expecting a giant miniature like this. I don't know if I just wasn't paying attention enough to the updates or what, but somehow I missed that this guy was so big. Great detail, great sculpt. This is the kind of thing that you can paint it and just leave it out to display for everyone, if that's your sort of jam. And then Vlad himself has his own unique miniature as well. Still pretty girthy in size. That's gonna be real fun to paint. All right, we're gonna move on to the two smaller box expansions. These just seem to be new vampire clans to integrate into the game. Again, I hope it comes with clear instructions how, when, and where to integrate them. But you've got the Valachian clan and the Kieranian clan. I probably did not say that correctly. We've got more cards. So I'm not sure what that is, but I won't linger on it just because I don't know. So we got some enemy cards. Of course, we've got more path cards. That is a big, beautiful miniature. Good plastic too. Nice and firm. No bending. Nothing's warped. It's always a plus. And that's the other thing too. It's so often you get these board game miniatures and they are flimsy and they warp and you gotta reheat them, and got a boss card here. The artwork is just great. And again, I love the delineation between the two sides. It's fantastic. So it looks like he's got his own little mini campaign, so we won't spoil that, but that's good. And dive into this one. A couple of cards. Looks like each box comes with a boss and the boss's own unique little mob minis. So we got the same thing, little mini campaign, boss art. Now this guy, again, if you're familiar with Bloodborne, definitely reminds me of the one Reborn. If you all remember that boss. Comment down below, what is your favorite boss fight in Bloodborne? Doesn't have to be because of difficulty, but just in general. It could be thematically, aesthetically, whatever. I'm in the minority in that the one Reborn is actually one of my favorite bosses, not because it's a hard fight. He's just so gnarly and so gross and represents something so nasty that I love him. This is fantastic. I love this. This is great. These gnarly little fellas, these chonky boys, and again, it's the faces. They really did an excellent job with the faces. So, and last but not least, we have these little bits and bobs that came as part of the all-in. So this is Landolfo. This is the Black Rose Wars crossover. This comes with a single miniature. With a couple of cards. Take a look at those. Great artwork. And his own unique path cards. I believe there's a couple different ways you can acquire him or fight him or encounter him. I'm not entirely sure what his role is. But it's cool. Great sculpt. I wonder if they shared the mold for him. Now we've got the Barkagus. These are the Hunters of Hunters, if I'm not mistaken. So these are kind of mini bosses that you can choose to inject into the campaign as you're playing it. That's my understanding, at least. And we've got this Frankenstein-looking dude. I'm gonna assume that's the leader. Butcher looking guy. I mean, these are, again, like, aesthetically, it's fantastic. I love the art style, I love the detail, love the atmosphere and theme. It's all right up my alley. like that the bases are detailed, even though it's just a little bit. Every little bit helps. Yeah, come here. Especially once we get some paint on them. Curious to see how hard they're going to be. Looks like we have just a little bit left over from the sprue. I'll have to clean that up. So I'm assuming they used Hips plastic for these minis. And the 3D tokens. Last but not least, I'm not going to take these out. I mean, they're exactly what you expect. You got crates and chests and barrels. And there we have it. That is the unboxing for the all-in for Ancient Blood Order of the Vampire Hunters. Overall, I am really impressed with the quality of the inserts, the boxes, the miniatures especially. The cards themselves feel good. It is a bummer for those of you that like to sleeve that these are definitely not going to fit sleeved in these inserts. I'm also a little disappointed in the kind of flimsy card stock they use for the player boards themselves. But overall, this is a fantastic production. I love what I see. The artwork is off the charts. The amount of variety in all these boxes with the different path cards and location cards, kind of, at least on the surface level, it appears that it's going to keep things fresh and interesting on repeat playthroughs, which is really important for campaign games. I know there's one-shots as well, so I definitely think bang for your buck. At least from a production standpoint, appearance-wise, this is amazing. Now, I'm just hoping that the gameplay itself lives up to the production, but I do have high hopes. What do you guys think? Are you happy with what is inside these boxes? Did you get your copy yet? If you have, are you happy with the quality of everything that you have seen? Comment down below if you are a part of this ridiculous Kickstarter that I frankly never thought we were going to get. I mean, 3 years is a hell of a long time to receive something. They were super late. They were super dismissive a lot of the time. They were evasive in their updates and the comments. And then when it came down to the wire, I really wasn't sure what was going to happen with the tariff situation and how they handled it. But they came through, they delivered, and I'm stoked to play. Appreciate you watching, guys. If you like seeing this kind of content, if you enjoy this stuff, comment down below. Let me know. Leave a like. If you're not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. Check out my links below. I've got a Patreon, of course, where you get exclusive access to my Discord, where we talk board games and miniatures and painting techniques, as well as exclusive videos on Patreon for those very things. I've also got an Etsy shop that is linked down below as well, where I do offer painting commission services, if that is something that interests you. No pressure. I'm not trying to be a salesman here. Just, you know, I'm doing the thing. So I appreciate all the love and support, and I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Bye.